On this episode of Livin' the Dream, Jimmy and Luiza head to the Plantation on Crystal River, and it's grouper galore.
I just got hit.
Get it.
Oh, it's a nice fish, whatever it is.
So, Luiza, look at that. Your first fish was a keeper. That's the keeper I was looking for, Luiza. That's a good fish. He hit like a ton of bricks.
Woo! They're here. Welcome to grouper season.
And the next day, they hit the flats to bring the scallops in by the bucketful. This is Livin' the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson. Presented by Salt Life. Live salty.
Good fish. And that's what she was fighting all that time. Man, what a fish. Wow. Doesn't get any better than Baja.
This is awesome.
Yeah, boy. That's a kingfish right there. Woo! So our very first stop that day was a bait stop because we wanted to get some bait in the live well for the grouper. One of the things I do almost every time we come out here to go grouper fishing is we catch bait. Of course, we're able to jig them up on the Palomar jigs and catch them on frozen thread fins, but nothing compares to live bait. It's just hard to beat. And I haven't tried these yet, but I just picked them up and they're really cool looking. These are blacked out scented sabiki rigs. That's the brand. They come with very, very good hooks. I just like that I don't have to bait my hooks. That is just so cool, man. Quality hooks, perfect size for good size pinfish and porgies and things like that, which is exactly what we're going for. We were catching a variety of different types of bait there on the flats, like pinfish and pigfish, and sometimes we get these little dot tails and porgies and even squirrelfish and stuff. So there's all kinds of different fish that you can catch right there on the flats that the grouper will eat. Finally got one. I knew there were some decent ones down there. We were in the pinfish nursery, I thought. Oh, Luiza's got it too. There's the pinfish. Check that out. That's a good sized pinfish. Bite size for grouper. Right here, man. It's the hooks. I just can't get over how good of hooks they have on these sabikis. These are the best hooks I've seen on sabikis.
After catching plenty of live bait, Jimmy and Luiza headed to a local reef to reel in some grouper. They rolled up, dropped anchor, and after chopping some chum, the grouper started to feed, and within minutes, Luiza was on.
I just got hit.
Get it.
Oh, it's a nice fish, whatever it is.
Good, good.
I think he's hooked good too. Oh, I see him. What is it?
Oh, it's a monster mangrove.
Yeah.
No, it's a red grouper.
Is it?
Is it a red grouper? Yeah, it's a red grouper. I thought it was
Oh
a big
my
mangrove. I
gosh,
thought it was
let's
like
see if he's a keeper.
Yeah, I thought it was a huge mangrove. It's getting close,
Get
actually.
him.
Red grouper only got to be 20 inches.
Heck yeah.
Luiza, look at that. Your first fish was a keeper.
Really?
See this, guys? And how you measure with a grouper, it's a pinched tail, so it's the longest point of the tail. And his mouth is just crushed up against that thing. That right there's about 20 inches and an eighth.
Awesome.
It's about as perfect as you get for a keeper trying to break the minimum.
I know. Nice red for opening of gag grouper season.
Yeah, there you go. I'll let you hold your fish. Within minutes of throwing that fish in the ingle, she was hooked up again.
Woo! They're
You're on fire.
here. All right. Hopefully that's a grouper. It's fighting like one. Oh yeah, it's a grouper. Woohoo! Welcome to grouper season. It's a nice red, Jimmy.
Right.
Nice red grouper. Pick it
Wow.
up. I think we should measure this one
Oh, that's
for
a
sure.
keeper. I'll tell you that right now by looking at him.
Wow.
That's 21 inches.
Big one.
That was awesome to get two really nice keeper red grouper in a row. Luiza was killing it. And yeah, he's 21.
Going in a cooler. Nice one, Jimmy.
Oh, Luiza, you're killing it. gag season and opening them up with a couple reds. What?
Wow.
He don't like the Ingle.
Oh,
Man, that's
no.
the first thing I ever seen that didn't like the Ingle cooler. You see how quick he jumped out of there?
Come on, you got a buddy in there.
Stay in.
Chill.
We'll be back for more Livin' the Dream right after the break. Livin' the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson is made possible by Salt Life. Live salty. C&H Lures. Be a winner with C&H Lures. Sea Deck. Your boat deserves Sea Deck. And by American Fishing Wire. Before the break, Jimmy and Luiza rose early at the Plantation on Crystal River and zigzagged through its winding channels out towards Crystal Bay, along Florida's nature coast. About as soon as the anchor dropped and the chum started flowing, Luiza snagged 2 keeper red grouper back to back.
I just got hit.
I get it.
Fish, whatever it is.
It's a red group. Yeah, it's a red grouper. I thought it was
Oh
a
my
big main group. I
gosh,
thought it was
let's
like
see
a
if there's a
freaking...
keeper.
Luiza, look at that. Your first fish was a keeper.
Alrighty, going in the cooler. Woo! They're here. Woohoo! Welcome to grouper season.
So I started jigging on the other side of the boat, and Luiza hooked up again.
Sean!
Nice. She knows how to do it.
You gotta come over on this side.
I guess so.
Woo! Bottom fishing is so much fun. Especially when the fish are biting.
This time it was a gag grouper.
Another red, oh no, it's a gag. It's a smaller gag. All the gags have to be 24 inches. I don't know about this guy here.
He ain't gonna make
He's
it.
not a keeper.
And guess what? Luiza ended up hooking up again. She was kicking my butt out there.
Woo! All
Really
right,
good.
guys, got another grouper here. What I'm using for bait here is just frozen thread fins, just dropping them to the bottom. Sometimes I use a whole one, sometimes I use half of one. And I got another red grouper. Beautiful. Check it out. Another beauty going back in.
And then something big slammed my rod.
I think I'm catching up to you now. Oh! You ain't coming up easy. Man, I tell you what, Luiza's putting it to me today. She's already got most of the keepers in the cooler. Oh, but look what we got here. All right, Luiza, come on now. Yeah, she's been catching them all right, but it's my turn. Look at that stud. Buddy, that is gonna taste good. That's what it's all about here, guys. Out of the Plantation on Crystal River, grouper fishing. The best you'll see anywhere.
And then a grouper ended up hitting the flat line with the AFW toothproof wire on it. This is not what we were looking for on our stinger rig, but we'll take it. It's another red. He's not going to be having a good day. He's got hooks everywhere. They're not line shy at all, I guess. There you go, buddy. Wow, no swimming away slow with him. And then Luiza hooked into another one.
Woohoo! Yes, they're here.
All right, does it feel like a big one or is it kind of normal?
Normal.
All right.
Or maybe I'm just getting stronger, who knows? Oh, it's a red, it's a small red.
Grouper fishing is definitely one of my favorite types of fishing for many reasons, but the fight, it's not real long. They just hit it real hard and they just put everything they have into it for about a minute or so. So you just gotta give it everything you have right back because they're doing everything they can to get into those rocks and you have to keep them out of the rocks.
Little guy. Throwing him back in. Right. Oh, he stayed right there. Cute little guy. Let's get the big ones now.
Luiza just kept hooking up.
Woo!
That was a good one.
Oh, this is big, whatever it
Good,
is.
good.
Oh my God.
Good.
Oh my
it's
gosh,
a big gag.
Jimmy, this is a monster.
I'm coming to help. That's a big gag. Good job. Ooh, frayed line. Well, there he is. Good job.
Nice.
We'll be back for more Livin' the Dream right after the break. Livin' the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson is made possible by C&H Lures. Be a winner with C&H Lures. Plantation on Crystal River, the place to stay and play along Florida's nature coast. And by Salt Life. Live salty. A family-friendly resort, the Plantation on Crystal River, Jimmy's home away from home, has everything you'll need for the perfect vacation. The hotel itself boasts its own pool, its own restaurant and shopping center, a fully equipped fitness center, and just a moment's walk from the front door is the Plantation's very own 27-hole golf course. But no matter what you're up to at the Plantation, the grounds are always something to see. Beautiful marble fountains set against the lush landscape and wildlife of Florida's nature coast are sure to put upon its guests the Plantation's old Florida feel. Whether you're bringing your family or an entire wedding party, the Plantation on Crystal River is the perfect venue for just about any adventure. For more info, visit www.plantationoncrystalriver.com. Back on the water, the grouper bite rages on.
All right. I don't know if it's big as the last one, but it's a grouper. Oh, you know what? It's a keeper red, I think.
Nice, Jimmy.
That one
Oh yeah, that's good.
looks like it's gonna be big enough. I can't believe how many reds we're running into today. Hold that for a second. That's what he bit on. Still alive. I'm gonna check him out. He might make it. Not big enough. Close, but no cigar. There he goes. The weather actually started getting a little bit rough. We could see some storms in the distance and some clouds were starting to brew, and we knew we had weather coming over the next few days, so we were trying to fish quick. Got him. I felt him eat it. Not that big either, though. Another red grouper. These guys are everywhere.
Look at that one.
I could put my hand around him like a bluegill. This is 80-pound High Seas Quattro fluorocarbon leader. It's Quattro because there's 4 colors there. You can see it kind of changing colors as I go. There's the gray and red and green and blue, just the different colors there. It's supposed to make it a lot harder for the fish to be able to see the line. And it works because I usually don't get too many fish being line shy out here. Left mine and went right over to you.
Fish on. Dang, these things are fun. What is it? It's fighting.
Grouper.
Catch and release.
Oh, come on up here. Get up here. Man, I can't believe how hard that thing pulled. I thought he was twice that size. He hit that bait and he started ripping the line out. Pretty gag. That's not a keeper.
Oh, it's a nice fish.
That's the keeper I was looking for, Luiza. Oh my gosh. That's a good fish. That's a good gag. Don't come undone, buddy. Ooh. This can be a nice one. He hit like a ton of bricks. Yeah, it's a nice one. Look at that. Wow. Luiza didn't hardly get that last one in the water.
What?
And this one came up right behind it, and look at this. Someone broke someone off earlier, or a different day. It's got 2 lines in his mouth. I'm gonna get that thing. You know what, it don't matter if I get that line out or not, because this one is going home, and it's gonna go in the frying pan. Look at that guy. I'll show you guys how to hold a grouper too, to not get hurt, because these things can hurt you, man. The spikes on their back, this gill plate is razor sharp. Of course, their teeth, as you can see, I get my fingers on them, they are just absolute fangs, so you don't stick your hand in the mouth. One way to hold it is there's a groove above its lip here and below it here. See that? You go like that, his mouth is completely closed, you can control the fish. The other way is the way I had it, inside the gill, but not in the red. In that red, or especially the white area, it will slice you up, super, super sharp. So stay on the outside. Wow, can't wait to get home and fillet that one up. That's a dandy.
With the angle cooler almost full of grouper, Jimmy and Luiza decide on heading in to beat the oncoming storm back to the plantation on Crystal River. It's a long ride in, and it's been a long day on the water, with plenty of action to go around. So the crew is looking forward to a night spent poolside on the peninsula. They'll need a good recoup before they hit the water tomorrow for one of their favorite Floridian recreations, scalloping. We'll be back for more Livin' the Dream right after the break. It's scalloping season along Florida's nature coast, and with its grass flats stretching for miles, the Crystal River region offers some of the best around. After cooling off from yesterday's fishing action, Jimmy and Luiza headed out to the bay, looking to bring in the scallops by the bucketful.
Scalloping's not very difficult. Pretty much any age can do it. All you really need is a decent mask and snorkel and a pair of fins. You're only in about anywhere from 4 to 7 foot of water, sometimes a little deeper, sometimes a little shallower. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. You're just swimming around, looking through the grass, trying to see a scallop poking out. And sometimes you see their little eyes as they're sitting open and kind of looking up. On this particular trip, Luiza brought her friend Jen with to go scalloping, and Jen's been scalloping before, so it was a great team to be out there with to try to catch the scallops. And so after the girls got all their gear on and put their mask and their fins on, they got on the edge of the boat and got ready to jump in. So they jumped in the water and just started swimming around and looking for the scallops, and almost right away, Luiza found one. How long did that take?
Okay, less than a minute. We just anchored.
Yes, not long.
Right under the boat.
They just swam a little farther, and then Jen found one. And then Luiza found another one. It really didn't take very long at all for the girls to find the scallops, but there wasn't really large numbers of them. So we were finding them, but we were having to move a lot to get them. Today when we were out there, it seemed to be a little bit stirred up. The water wasn't as clear as normal, so it was a little harder to find them. There was a lot of in and out of the boat, but that's what it takes sometimes to find the scallops. Then Luiza went down and got another one. And she found that one laying right on top of the grass. And then Jen swam down and got one. I jumped in the water with the girls on most of the spots, and I was looking around for some scallops as well, and I ended up finding some too, but I mean, those girls were just killing it, man. They were finding most of the scallops. It was a great 2 days out of the plantation on Crystal River catching grouper and going scalloping, and that's why I like Crystal River so much, because there is such a diversity of things to do there. You can of course fish for inshore fish, offshore fish, everything fishing is good. And then again in the summer, the scallop season's open, fishing is excellent in the summer, the spring and the fall as well, and everything else they have there. There's just so much stuff to do on site at the plantation on Crystal River, but the fishing and the diving is my big draw.
For more fishing and diving action, follow Captain Jimmy on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok at Captain Jimmy Nelson. Livin' the Dream was brought to you by Salt Life. Live salty.